Hi, on the channel Let's Talk Business with Dennis Fugel, CPA, Chartered Professional Accountants, Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. Today I would like to talk to you about difference in culture and how to receive service. Okay, a lot of us came from other countries to Canada, North America, and the culture in Canada is totally different from the region or country that we came. What I mean by that? North America, Canada, particularly Canada, because in the States it's a little bit different, very different, I would say. In Canada, people not only polite, but they also they trustful, they believe you, and they're very patient. Okay? In the countries that we coming from, or some of us come from, the culture is different, very straight, sometimes even maybe aggressively, no patience whatsoever. Okay, because we would like to receive it now, right now. In Canada, yeah, you're gonna receive it, and when God knows when you're gonna receive it. You can receive it now, maybe in a week or two, in a day or two. We have all the time in the world, but the place that we're coming from, it's totally different. And because this huge gap in culture, there's some tension and stress. And sometimes newcomers, immigrants, or people who living here a long time, coming and they have miscommunication with professionals who giving them service. Or even in a store when you're buying furniture, or even in a superstore when you're buying your groceries, okay? Because you not understand, there's misunderstanding or perceptions how you see things and how Canadians see things. Also, a lot of people who living here a long time, they began to observe the Canadian culture, and they are no longer used to the culture from the place they came from. And people who came from this place and they're starting to talk to people who live here a long time and so already citizens, and then they're talking as they want now answers now. So the people who live here, whoa, stop, this is not how we're doing business, okay? They may be not offended like might be many Canadians, but they think, up, I know where you're coming from, I know what you mean, but this is not the way that we're doing business in Canada, and they can understand. The big issue is when newcomers coming here and doing business with locals, and there is a huge gap in the culture and the way that they talk, communicate, body language. You told me or you promised me. This is, for example, so what? So he told you, he promised you. Did you pay money for this? Did you receive? Did you pay money for the service? No. So why are you coming with someone with demands without you pay for this? That somebody need to do something for you. No one need to do for you anything. Okay? You didn't pay for that. Let me give you, for example. I'm a CPA, Chartered Professional Accountants. Recently, I have a phone conversation with a client, not even client. I call everybody client with, say, let's potential client. He asked me some personal questions, and can you tell me how much taxes I'm gonna pay? I say, well, no. What? It's so hard for you to tell me how much taxes I'm gonna pay? I said, I can't tell you. I need to put your information in a tax software. Well, can you tell me roughly, estimate? I said, no. And he was demanding. She was demanding to receive this information. Because I know where the person coming from and from which region, I know the culture. I know in this culture they used to talk to the people, but this is not the way that we, people who live in Canada, doing business. And you think, whoa, stop. Nobody owes you anything, okay? If somebody providing you service and the service for free, you should say thank you very much for the information you gave me, and that's it. You're not pushing, because this is these things and this way you're doing business in your culture, in your countries that you came from, but not in Canada. In Canada, we're not doing this way businesses. Okay? So please be careful how you speaking to the person who is providing for your service, because it might be your last time that you're speaking to this person. He may answer your question, but he will never gonna answer the phone call from you and or answer email from you, because this was your last communication, and you maybe even don't understand what you did wrong, and you probably don't, because in your culture where you're coming from the regions that you're coming, this is the way that you used to do business. But remember, you're in a different country, a different country, different culture. Not the same way people doing business, especially when you're receiving free advice, okay? Zero of money. And even if you came to consultation and you paid money and you have been told that we're gonna send you this information, and the service provider did not send you this information, then write an email back to follow up. And this follow up in our meeting on a day XYZ, in our conversation, you mentioned that you will send us information about the followings, ABC. Can you please resend the email? Can you please send me this again? And trust me, believe me, this person who gonna receive this email, he gonna see, oh shoot, I forgot to send him this information. He gonna say sorry, blah blah blah, and he gonna send you, and send you even more than you asked to. Ask for it, just to let you know, because here in Canada, and Canadians, very big heart people, okay, and they're willing to help. And if they did something because they didn't send the information because they forgot about it, they're willing to compensate you, and they provide you even more information. So it's you only gonna benefit. But again, in order to benefit from this, in the first place, you need to act correctly. Sorry for my English, okay? Act correctly, okay? You're supposed to be polite. You're not supposed to demand what it's hard for you to give me. It's a demanding. You're demanding something, okay? You told me. So what? We're not using these words. You told me. You promised me. What? It's hard to give me to provide to you this. What? Cost you money? Yes, it's cost me money. Yes, it's hard to provide because my time costs money. And if I'm willing to provide you and to give you advice for free without paying, believe me, it do cost me money, because you're using my experience and my knowledge, particularly talking about me, okay, but it can be any professional, okay, any service provider, using their knowledge, their experience, and you're receiving for free information, okay, that now you can use, you have it in your knowledge. And if you want to study, please go and study, no problem whatsoever. Learn this and you won't have any questions, okay? So when you're dealing with service providers, doesn't matter, or you're purchasing something, please remember, there is a gap in the culture. Whatever is normal in the country or region you're coming from, it's maybe unacceptable here in Canada. You need to remember that, okay? Remember, you don't have to understand this, but you need to remember that, because if you remember that, it's going to be easier for you to communicate with Canadians and with people who live here, who came from other countries, who live here a long time, and who observe the Canadian North American culture, okay? And they're not used to when somebody coming and saying, you promised me, you told me, or you have, it's hard for you to do. No, that's not how we do business in Canada. We do it politely, in the normal way, very manner way. Yes, look for the manners, that's what I'm telling to my kids. Where's the manners? Don't forget them. Okay? So by doing this, you're gonna gather a lot of friends and you're gonna receive service above your expectation. In the moment that you will start demanding things, you told me, you promised me, then it's probably gonna be your last time when you're talking to the service provider. Okay? People don't like when somebody pushing, coming with complaints. Okay, we all human beings. Sometimes we're doing mistakes, and no problem. But again, there's a way to tell this. I know it's probably very trivial, but however, in my conversation with the people, I met a lot of situations where people coming with demands from you, even when you're trying to help. Okay, so I know when I'm speaking this and talking this to you guys and communicating, probably doesn't matter who you are and what you are, especially if you're a newcomer and you come from other country. So probably the days, not days, ways that you did business in your countries is different what we're doing here in Canada. It's totally different, okay? Just for example, short example, in your country, when was the last time when you were speaking with the chartered professional accountants? If you're not a business owner, a private person, you were maybe probably was doing some significant purchases, like a house or additional house, and you probably even didn't phone. We're going to our family and friends and asking advice from them, what they did in these situations. But you never raise the phone to your to CPA, local CPA, and ask them these questions. Why? And the answer is because it costs money. You know why. The same is here in Canada. It's not different. If you're gonna phone to the local CPA office, if you're not their client, they're gonna say, "Are you our client?" No. Well, we're not even gonna serve you this. Some people will say, "Okay, we are gonna provide you this service. Please register for consultation." And this is, by the way, this is our rate per hour, how much we charge. Okay, just to let you know. And if even you're gonna sit half hour, you're still gonna pay like for the full hour. Okay, so if you're gonna find an office that willing you to provide and to answer your question for free, cherish this. Okay, so and it's never gonna be for like in your country original. None of the lawyers, none of the accountants giving advices for free, consultations for free. It's all cost money. Okay, tons of knowledge and time. This is combination time and knowledge, and this is what you're paying money for. So the same principle works in Canada. If there are some professionals that providing you help for free because he would like to tell people who came to Canada from your community, who came to Canada, newcomers, cherish this. Do not come with demands. Say thank you, and that's it. And not only to them, okay? Any professional who providing you service, plumber, electrician, if you're polite, he gonna answer all your questions. Believe me, I know a lot of guys like this. They're giving more than you pay for. Okay, so the purpose of this video was to say, listen, guys, newcomers, please do not forget that there's a difference in the culture between your region, your country, and Canada. In Canada, we are not direct people. Canada, we don't like direct ways that you're coming in directly. We like indirect ways that you're saying, you remember in these days we talk about this, and can you please resend for me this information? Not you promise me you're gonna send me that. This is a direct way. This is nobody likes, okay? Not how people do business. He gonna send and then he gonna block your email or block your phone. Okay, so don't do that. Don't do these mistakes, please. Okay, so remember this small but very important thing. Different cultures, different in the ways that we're doing business. Be always polite. Don't be direct. And cherish if you're receiving information for free and somebody answer your phone and give you the information, don't come with demands. Okay, have a nice day. Have a nice weekend. See you guys.